Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to some EVE Online, and I'm ice mining a little bit, so we are going to discuss the very first information I've been able to find on Hyperion, the next release. So it's not about the ship, it's not about the Hyperion, but it's the name of the next release. Like Kronos, like Cryos, the next one is going to be Hyperion. In the meantime, I am in solitude and I'm ice mining a little bit, and I'm not alone, it seems. Look at that. There's actually quite a little bit of ice mining going on, and especially these guys over here, all of them in procurers. DLB Trom, SLB Trom, NLB Trom, VLB Trom. So that's gotta be just one guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Multi-boxing 10 procurers to mine ice. That's a little bit crazy. I'm not judging. But yeah, that's not exactly how I would spend my time in EVE or my money on accounts like this. So it's a pretty impressive sight. Look at that. And it should be decently safe from something like a smart bomb gang, because the R procurers are probably well tanked. You can see that all of them have shields active and then drones out. So it's probably the safest way to do AFK ice mining. But is that really how you want to spend your time in EVE Online? Not judging, but it's just not what I would do. Anyways, we are here for some information on Hyperion, so let's go for the browser. Let's go into the forums. It's not a dev blog just yet, but it is a dev post, and it was in features and ideas discussions. And here we go. Hyperion heavy assault cruiser tweaks. You want to call that tweaks? They're gonna nerf my favorite ship, damn you. So at first they wanted to do another pass on the battleships, but it seems that they're actually pretty happy with how most of them are working. They acknowledge that some of them are not being used as much as what they would have expected, but they just feel that that's more about the meta and not the ships lacking in viability. Stuff like the Hyperion, it has its role and it's really good at it. It's just that at the moment in nullsec that's not being run too much. So yeah, they're going to do a pass on some of the HACs, and unfortunately the Ishtar seems to be a little bit OP at the moment, so they're gonna nerf that one. The bonus to drone tracking and optimal range goes from 7.5% per level to 5% per level. So for the longer range shots with sentries, that's also going to have a little bit of an effect. Overall, I honestly think that this is easily surmountable with drone tracking link augmenter. In the mid slots, you know, you just add a tick to that with the scripts, you should be okay. And the other nerf is that the maximum velocity is going to go from 195 to 198, so a little bit of mobility lost, a little bit of optimal range and tracking for the drones lost here, but I feel this is just a minor nerf. Honestly, I don't think it's going to affect the greedy Ishtar in combat anomalies and in combat signatures for exploration. Next up, the Eagle is getting a little bit of a buff, just goes to be a little bit faster from 180 to 190, and the Munin gets a decent buff, like almost 10% increased max velocity. That should help both of these ships a little bit with speed. They acknowledge also that this nerf to the Ishtar is actually pretty small. So some people might want to see a bigger nerf for the Ishtar, and honestly, if I see how popular it is, it's even used in nullsec as doctrines by a lot of the alliances. Yeah, the Ishtar is probably a little bit OP at the moment, but they have a lot of releases coming, and so they just want to do a first pass, see what the effect is on the usage of the Ishtar, and if need be, they will probably add further nerfs to the Ishtar. Yeah, my favorite ship, unfortunately, but I personally feel that this is quite understandable. And there's also a question added here. How would you feel about an 847 Tempest? So definitely an armor tanked Tempest. It's something to ponder. There will be a lot of comments if you want to know what most people think about it. About this, and if you have your own opinion, of course, go to the forums and add yours here. I'm not a Minmatar guy. I'm mostly a Galente guy, so I don't really have any idea what the impact would be of an 847 Tempest. But yeah, it's just an idea that CCP Rise is throwing out there for you guys to consider. And if you have anything, yeah, it might just happen for the Hyperion release. So yeah, that's it guys, just a very quick video, but it is the very first information I'm finding on Hyperion. So we get nerfed to some of the hacks, including the Ishtar, my favorite ship. I also do quickly want to touch on this. We've just had Cryos released like a week ago, and we have the first dev post, and honestly I think we'll keep having a lot of information very quickly. If Hyperion is slated for what, 5 weeks from now, they need to start coming out with dev blogs in the next 2 weeks for sure, and then they will only have something like maybe 2 weeks on the test server. So I do feel that yeah, they need to come out with information in like the next week, in the upcoming days, about Hyperion, so we get the time to digest it. If they want some more time on the test server, yeah, they really need to step it up here and get a lot of information. But honestly, Cryos is not even digested on TQ, and we're already starting to get the first information on the next release called Hyperion. So yeah, it's really gonna be a roller coaster, and I wonder if CCP is gonna be able to keep it all up, and if the player base is gonna be able to keep up with all of these changes, or if there will be, as I've said when I first heard about this new release schedule, some sort of change fatigue. It's interesting, it's only the second release, we'll have to see how they handle this one, but I think that their pace of how they come out with the information, how fast everything goes on CC, how we get to test that, and how big their planned changes are is actually pretty important, and we're in for a few very informative weeks, I think. Anyways, that's it for this video guys. I'm just gonna do a little bit more ice mining. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all next time.